We can head back to Forest training ground and speak to Anton Tolui. Anton, back with us. What can you tell us?
Ange Postecoglou is officially the new head coach of Nottingham Forest. The club has just released a statement confirming his appointment. Interestingly enough, in their statement, they go on and list all the things he's achieved in his career. The success in Brisbane, at Yokohama, at Celtic, of course, finishing fifth in his first season at Spurs before obviously going on to win the Europa League. No quotes for Ange Postecoglou in the statement just given to us by Nottingham Forest, but there are quotes from the owner, Evangelos Marinakis, who's made this decision to part company with Nuno Espirito Santo and bring in Ange Postecoglou. I'll give you his quotes in full. He says, "We are bringing a coach to the club who has a proven and consistent record of winning trophies. His experience of coaching teams at the highest level, along with his desire to build something special with us at Forest, makes him a fantastic person to help us on our journey and achieve consistently on all of our ambitions." After gaining promotion to the Premier League, then building consistently season after season to secure European football, we now must take the right step to compete with the very best and challenge for trophies. Ange has the credentials and the track record to do this, and we're excited he is joining us on our ambitious journey. So it seems as though it's pretty obvious. Ange Postecoglou is being brought in because Nottingham Forest want silverware. Marinakis said at the Europa League draw a week and a half ago, he doesn't just want to go deep in that competition, he wants to win that competition. Well, he's bringing in the head coach that won that competition last season. He's bringing in a head coach that's won in Australia, in Japan, in Scotland, with Australia, and now obviously with Tottenham as well. So he's hoping that this Nottingham Forest team will take the next step in its evolution, not just going from surviving relegation, not just going from the outskirts of European competition and getting into the Europa League. He's aiming for the very top. And Marinakis clearly thinks Ange Postecoglou is the man that is going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly hints at Marinakis' ambition, doesn't it? The way he's talking there about trophies and silverware and that Postecoglou has done it. But I guess Postecoglou last year at Tottenham kind of divided opinion, didn't he? Because, yes, he won the Europa, but 17th place in the Premier League campaign was a bit disastrous. How do you think Forest fans are going to view this appointment?
I think they're going to be a little bit confused by the logic behind it, considering Nuno Espirito Santo is such a popular figure here, taking the team from 17th in the table all the way up to European football. But at the same time, I think Forest fans knew that the writing was on the wall as soon as Espirito Santo went public with his criticisms and worries around his relationship with the owner and obviously the transfer business being done later in the window. However, Ange Postecoglou will come in with a team which has had an extra £180 million worth of investment during the summer and go, do you know what? This team, I think I can bring an attacking brand to this team that has been lacking for some time. They have pragmatic football under Steve Cooper in the Premier League. They have pragmatic football under Nuno Espirito Santo when they went up further into the Premier League. Obviously now they're looking for a little bit more style. They've got 9 forwards at this football club, each of whom could easily start in the Premier League or in the Europa League this season. They've spent millions and millions of pounds on the likes of Amari Hutchinson for £35 million, Dylan Bakwa for £35 million, Igor Jesus, who was scoring goals at the Club World Cup, James McAtee, Arno Kaliumwendo as well. They've spent so much on attackers this window. Ange Postecoglou is seen as the guy who's going to come in, find the right formula, and also get the most out of players they're given new contracts to him, Morgan Gibbs-White and Callum Hudson-Odoi as well. It's a new era at Nottingham Forest. It's going to be some new-look football at Nottingham Forest. Whether it's successful, we wait to find out. The first game is a fascinating one, isn't it? Ange Postecoglou, the former Tottenham boss, takes his new Nottingham Forest side to the Emirates to take on Arsenal at Saturday at 12:30.
Yeah, that's a huge game, and he hasn't shied away from it, has he, that Arsenal away? But after that, Anton, 2 promoted sides in the league in Burnley and Sunderland. So I guess, you know, anything at Arsenal was a bonus, but after that, an opportunity to make an instant impact.
Yeah, exactly that. And then you've got the European campaign starting with a difficult trip to Betis as well. So it's going to be, look, that's what Nottingham Forest want, right? They kind of feel they're a little bit behind where they should be in the Premier League after that defeat to West Ham right now. And as we saw, Nottingham Forest missed out on the top 5 last season by a single point. So there is going to be pressure straight away on Ange Postecoglou to put Nottingham Forest back up the table because clearly the owner is very, very ambitious. He doesn't want them to just sit around 7th, 8th this season. He wants to see them fly up the table or win something big this season. It's interesting because teams who enter Europe pretty much for the first time, the average drop-off when they enter the European competitions, the teams outside the Big Six, is 10 points from season on season. Nottingham Forest can't afford to do that this season. If they are, they will be out of the European competitions next season unless they win the Europa League. Ange Postecoglou has been brought in because they don't want to see that traditional drop-off from teams that go into the European competitions. They want to see the progress that's been made over the last 3 years.
OK, as for the man himself, I mean, Postecoglou, one of the big characters in recent Premier League history. He gives good copy, doesn't he? Good to have him back.
Oh, absolutely, and we're looking forward to when we hear from him for the first time, expecting that probably to be Thursday, we're expecting. That's when Nottingham Forest usually hold their sort of pre-match news conferences. They usually hold them 48 hours before a Premier League game. But it's going to be fascinating, isn't it? Because what is it that attracted him to this project? And obviously, what is his relationship like with Evangelos Marinakis? Marinakis has said previously about how much he respects Ange Postecoglou. Obviously, look, the two saw each other in the summer earlier this season. Marinakis giving Postecoglou an award for being the first ever Greek-born head coach to win a European club competition. So we know there's mutual respect between the two. It's a fascinating project at Nottingham Forest, isn't it? Because, like I said, they've locked up some of their best players on long-term deals. Morgan Gibbs-White, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Matt Salles, Morello. They're all tied into longer-term contracts now. They've got something to build on. Plus, they invested heavily in the summer. They've still got the likes of David Luiz, who's waiting to make his first start. James McAtee waiting to make his first start. Arnaud Calabawendo was fantastic in France last season. Is he even going to get a start? Igor Jesus, like I said, was scoring goals on the highest level for Botafogo last season, won the Copa Libertadores with them last season. It's about evolution of this team. That's what Postecoglou has been brought in to make the most of the investment that's gone into this team and try to get Nottingham Forest into that top 5, which will probably get Champions League football this season.